Good evening and welcome to the Newland Bowling Club in Auckland for Season 3 of BOWLS3FIVE from our Coliseum here with the virtual crowd, Night 2 of the competition for 2020. Brenton Vanessa-Roy here in commentary alongside Blackjack's legend Joe Edwards and Miles Davis. As always, very much looking forward to bringing you the first of two games today. This one here on Sky Sport Next and on Sky Sport 9. It is the game between the Gore Rams and the Royal Oak Rockets. A few changes this season, of course, will mark as well. But before we have this game, or after this game, excuse me, we'll have our 7 p.m. primetime game between the Stokes Valley Vipers and the Point Chevalier Pirates. So new in 2020, we are no longer playing just to one end. It is more traditional bowls. We are playing from one end to the other and back again. And that created a bit of confusion towards the end of our primetime game last night, of course, Joe, which made it slightly amusing.
Yeah, look, it does. I think the 5 end sets certainly go very, very quick, and it is really easy to lose an end there, here and there. And
Miles, you'll be happy the shot clock's back.
I'm exceedingly happy, and apparently there's a buzzer with it as well.
Yeah, look out for the buzzer.
And we saw last night with poor old Mandy Boyd let that took too long to deliver a bowl, and when she let it go, Sue Rossiter, our umpire, came flying out to the blocks, and I look forward to it happening again tonight.
Yeah, so the leads have 20 seconds to play. The skips an extra 10 seconds. They have 30 seconds. If they don't get their bowl delivered in time, the shot clock will go off and Sue Rossiter will run out onto the green and grab the bowl as she did so expertly yesterday. But now it's time to get into the first game of the evening between the Gore Rams and the Royal Oak Rockets. And first on to our Coliseum here at the Newland Bowling Club, it is the Gore Rams. Skipped by Sheldon Bagri-Howley and a new member, Claire Hendra, and Craig Merrilees, also back from 2019. So a new look Gore Rams in 2020. And the opposition this evening are the Royal Oak Rockets. Martin Dixon returning, an ever-present member from the last couple of seasons, joined by Janine Young, and skipped this evening by Danny Delaney. So Miles, you would notice quite a lot of differences for both of these teams. New members,
very much
Ashley
so.
Jeffcoat for the first time for the Gore Rams in their history.
But she's still in the squad.
She's
still
indeed
in the squad, yeah, so we'll see Ashley, because she's one of the characters, I think, as well as being a great lead. She's one of the characters of it, and we associate her with Gore Rams, and I'm used to seeing her cuddling the ram that we got down there. And a bit of a big change in the Royal Oak Rockets. No Mike Galloway. We see Danny Delaney, who's a great signing. If you're going to get someone to come in to replace someone of Mike's experience, that's a great signing. But Martin Dixon, probably, he's the only one that from this starting lineup that was there last year.
Yeah, big changes all round for these two teams as they look to get into the finals in 2020. Of course, the Gore Rams were beaten finalists in 2018, but then finished 7th on the table last year, so looking to certainly bounce back, while Royal Oak have been a model of consistency, 4th place both seasons, just outside the top 3 finals.
Are you sure on that? I'm sure they played a relegation playoff.
I know the top 3 finals. So that they've played relegation playoffs, but not the top 3 finals.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, they've played the relegation match in season 1.
Yeah. So
that was when there was a 6-team competition, so the bottom half of the team went into the bottom 3, top 3 went into the finals, just to explain it.
There we go, that's fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah,
all clear in the mind now,
Yeah, all
Miles?
clear now, because I'm thinking you're making it sound like they're a model of magnificence, and I'm thinking, I'm sure they battled to a relegation game first year.
Stats man on fire again early. Hey.
Claire Hendra also on fire, making a good start to her BOWLS3FIVE debut. Janine Young went just past the head, so they've gone a ditch-to-ditch length here. The jack placed at the furthest possible depth, and the mat all the way back as well. So pretty similar two bowls there. So Claire Hendra getting the better there in the battle of the leads. Now Craig Merrilees for the Gore Rams. You'll notice Gore this year, or for this game, are playing in blue. Their bowls are also blue, just to make it a bit easier for you back home, hopefully, to work out who's holding shot. Currently it's those two Claire Hendra bowls which are holding shot for Gore. Mark Dixon and the Royal Oak Rockets in the orange with the orange bowls. Mark Dixon with the lefties and BOWLS3FIVE.
Okay, Statman, how many lefties have we got?
I'll tell you at the end of the round.
Yeah, at the end of the year. Yeah.
Wait and see who plays, Miles. You know, obviously Liam Ethorn was the lefty on night one. BOWLS3FIVE, new member of the Elmwood Park Saints, who had a win over the Stoke Thunder. If you weren't able to join us.
Great shot, mate. Brilliant.
Great adjustment there by Craig Nerley's touch up. Gore Rams, Joe, made a very handy start.
Pretty good start, isn't it? Cruisy kind of a delivery, isn't it? Pretty easy.
Get him, mate.
Yeah, long-time teammate of Mike Galloway, so interesting to see how the combination goes without Mike Galloway there this year. As the skips now stride their way to the mat. Sheldon Bagri-Howley for Gore, Danny Delaney.
He's the one with the smile on. You can tell which one's which. Danny's going, God, blimey, I first came in and they've given me that to deal with.
It's not ideal for the first end.
There's nothing in the way, but there's nothing to help you as such.
No, you did right. And there's a reasonable target to be in the area here for Danny, and he's certainly up for it. He's a really, really good player, Dan, and time to shine, I think, here.
Yeah, of course, former Blackjack, so someone you know quite well, won a national title as well.
Yeah, I think he's won Asia Pacific Games too, I think. He went to Delhi Commonwealth Games.
It's a handy first up effort from Danny Delaney as well.
Good.
Just going to come up short.
Yeah, mate. Good on me.
Far away though.
Wasn't too much wrong with that.
Yeah, cuts it to 2.
Third shot's pretty good start, isn't it? You know, 4 down, 2 down. Take that any day, I think.
Interesting to see what Sheldon Bagri-Howley plays here. Got back to the mat with plenty of time.
Looking for a little crack and egg on the shot bowl, I'd say. A little tiny movement of the jack will bring the other 2 in.
So playing on that backhand side, trying to get movement on the jack, and as Joe mentioned, trying to just get a bit of an outside touch to move the jack towards those other blue bowls. Wasn't far away.
Pretty good weight for it.
Now Danny Delaney, the final bowl of the opening end.
It's just backing under a little bit. And
it's going to come up short and narrow. So 2 for the Gore Rams on the opening end of 5 first sets. So Gore leading the Royal Oak Rockets 2-0. As always in BOWLS3FIVE, it's 2 bowl triples and 2 sets of 5 ends. And each team has a power play as well, so watch out for that. Each skip has a card, and if they continue what they did last night, they'll present it to Joe Edwards.
well, all but one team presented me the card, and
They didn't use the power play.
Forgot to.
oh yeah, they forgot about
use it.
they forgot that they played 5 ends, and
Although I don't know if Manulewa forgot. I think it might have been more Hemuela that's forgot, because
yeah, they went on. They were going to play an extra end, weren't
no,
they?
they were. That's true. Yeah, they weren't objecting.
No.
Good start off the front by Claire Hendra again.
She's hit the strap straight away, hasn't she?
Another
She's
new
a
member.
very, very good player on carpet. You know, goes real good on grass too, but's played a lot on carpet lately. Big member of the PBA in New Zealand, and which are all played on carpet. So, yeah, very, very good player.
Yeah, pretty handy signing, because they lost Caleb Hope, who was an ever-present member of the Gore Rams. The big transfer, Stokes Valley Vipers opened the checkbook to get Caleb Hope, bring him north.
But they've lost a couple of big stars as well, though, which we can talk about later as well. So they needed some replacements, and I think they've done pretty well.
Oh,
the way
absolutely.
that Caleb's played over the last few years.
Claire Hendra, just like Sheldon Bagri-Howley, winning national titles for the first time earlier this year.
And we have an interloper on the
Little Sparrow.
Oh,
Oh, Janine. I know what you got. Oh, Janine.
Oh, very good bowl there, Janine.
Great response by Janine Young.
just settle down a little bit. You know, obviously first couple of bowls in this tournament, it's you know, the cameras, the lights, it's pretty hot here on the rink.
Well, Martin Dixon was saying to me before that it was the heat. He said the problem. He said when you play in these type of covered environments, it's either too hot or too cold.
Yeah, exactly. Or wind's coming through somewhere, and
I think you
but
can
it
play
does.
there
It plays
too,
a
buddy.
part in the bowls and the way they perform on the green and what they do. So it's all about just learning and believing what your eyes tell you, really.
And Janine Young on her debut as well, along with Danny Delaney and Claire Hendra, and BOWLS3FIVE on Sky Sport. And Craig Merrilley's just his 4th game after playing 3 times last year. A lot of new faces,
You're all right, Marty.
which is great to see.
Only a metre.
This time, mate, you need that much more on your last.
Sheldon Bagri-Howley just looking for a slight adjustment from Craig Merrilley's with his 2nd.
It's a bit,
A bit extra weight, I
is it
think.
going to hold or is it just going to cut under?
Pretty good effort.
Very good.
Janine's jack
It's
level
at
now.
jack level. It makes it a bit fatter for Sheldon too.
Bigger
And
target.
gets another 2nd.
Yeah.
Pretty good bowl.
I like your track, Marty.
Danny Delaney says he likes the track
Work
from
a bit
Martin
on that
Dixon.
line, mate.
It's not going to come in enough, I don't think.
Yeah, very good, mate. Very good.
And he's happy with it being back there.
Pretty good home. Pretty good home.
Any movement on the jack? It's going to be in a handy position.
I think Sheldon will be looking to play down in the back end, you know, promotes Claire's short bowl or just underneath it to get the edge of the orange here.
I'm actually looking forward to when the skips change over and when Dan Delaney has to play first, because I haven't seen him quite hurrying down the
He
green.
wasn't in a hurry, was he?
No. We'll see if that changes when he has to play first.
Yeah, because I'm not sure whether he'd be fully switched on to the
Yeah.
shot clock thing, because once you're in the middle of the game, it might not be something that's uppermost in your mind.
Well, especially when he hasn't had to really think about it. Look, there he played with only 3 seconds gone in the shot clock. He still had 27 seconds up his sleeve.
It certainly doesn't take long once he's on the mat.
No.
You know,
Just getting there.
at the moment.
Yeah, but we'll see. He might, he hasn't needed to rush yet. May decide he has to get a move on. Craig Merrilley's barking out instructions.
It's amazing how much, though, that playing both ways and having that shot clock on. Oh, looks like a bit of
Quickens
weight
it
on
up.
this one. Here we go. Let's have a look.
Great
he's
shot.
happy about that, Sheldon
Great weighted
Bagri-Howley.
shot. He had a couple of options going down there, as long as he wasn't wide. A few options. Played it very, very well.
So they're holding 3 now, Gore, after Sheldon Bagri-Howley got rid of the close bowl for Royal Oak Rockets.
Yep.
The kill's not really, it'll cut out one if it gets killed and comes back and respot.
Oh.
But
He's gone through the gap, missed everything. So it will be 3 to the Gore Rams. So they've made a great start to the opening game of the evening here at the Newland Bowling Club. 5-0. They now lead the Royal Oak Rockets after 2 ends of 5. First set. And we'll see a chance to see a replay of that bowl from Sheldon Bagri-Howley, which turned it into their favour. Of course, it was,
That was
the
a
Rockets
that
holding
was a great
shot.
bowl, wasn't it?
Made it 3 to Gore. 4-shot turnaround. Big moment early in this game, Joe.
yep, it's all about playing those moments, and winning those moments. It's you don't get too many times where you've got a chance to make numbers, and you just got to take them, eh?
Again, Claire Hendra's not too far away with her first. Continuing to keep the pressure on the opposite, Janine Young.
Good to there, Janine.
Danny Delaney's interested.
Well played.
Well played. Yeah, she settled in pretty well now after the initial first end, But again, even the first 2 bowls on the first end, they passed the jack, so
No,
they're
they weren't bad.
not out of the game.
No, absolutely, been very impressed. You obviously, go into games like this having expectations on someone like Claire Hendra,
For
having
sure.
been moved into the Blackjack squad, but not quite sure what, a club bowler, more like Janine Young is capable of, and she's been up to the task so far.
I think Gore Rams will be, I mean, everyone wants to win the thing, but I think they'll be really keen to put on a good showing this year after a great showing in the first season. They really were a little bit off the pace last year, but they've certainly come out of the blocks flying. But we saw that last night, didn't we, when Stoke Thunder were storming away, and then suddenly got pegged back and lost in the tie.
In fact, they may have led 5-0 after 2 ends. It might have been a very similar score, I think, at the same stage of the game, and they went on to lose to the Elmwood Park Saints in a tiebreaker end.
And it's an opportunity for Claire and Sheldon. You know, they've both been brought into the Blackjack squad this year. It's another opportunity for them to show what they can do, and it's all the players want, is that opportunity to show and see if you're up to it, and you know, for your own personal self.
Hold a bit. Oh.
Yeah, I think it's good that you bring those points up there, Joe, about the standard of the players and how high the level are, because people watching at home might just be coming across and think, oh, just watching bowls, and these are top players. There's a lot of very good players.
A lot of very good players in this
tournament this year.
Yeah. It'll be one of those ones I don't think anyone will go through unbeaten.
No.
Yeah, we were talking last night actually about that, and yeah, I think you're right. I'll be very surprised. As you said, yeah, they'll go through the round robin unbeaten and then lose the final.
Well, that's what made Stoke's record so amazing over the first 2 years. To win 73% of games in this format
it is
very, very difficult.
And to win, what was it, 9 out of 14 power plays?
Yeah.
I mean, tie break, sorry.
It was, yeah. But of course they lost last night in both ways, so lost the tiebreaker in and obviously losing the match overall.
Yeah, I don't think anyone won their power play last night, did they?
No. Well, there's only 3
Did
played.
only have
3 out of the 4 that were played.
Yes, no, you're right.
Great effort, mate. Very good.
Try it again, mate. Land that last ball, you get shot.
And all 3 power plays were used in second sets as well, so I haven't seen a first set power play used yet.
It'll be interesting. I was talking to Danny before the game, and you know, the old theories of the power play, and he said, oh, definitely if you're 3 or 4 down going the last end of the first set, you've got to play it. You've got to win that first set. So it'll be interesting to see.
If he sticks to it, yeah, if they get that margin.
Yeah.
It could very well be that margin, because at the moment, holding shot as the skips make their way down the other end. Lollipop indicating that it's just a 1 to the Rockets.
Well, it's going to be
Danny Delaney
just
slowly.
Joe was a bit concerned that it was Danny that was going to get into trouble there. Oh, but even Sheldon only had 5 seconds left there.
Yeah, we got under
Sheldon,
5 seconds there. That's the closest we've been so far with the shot clock.
There's not many places to hide up there, though, is there, Joe, in terms of if someone starts driving, and we spoke last night about your near mortal wound from Ryan Bester's drive. If someone
there's not
really
much room,
More weight now, we're covered both sides.
Still just 1.
Is forehand better now?
I still like it there, buddy. You know where it is. That way.
Played 1 down there, just add a bit of weight.
Yes.
Line's good.
Sheldon
Always added a fair bit more weight.
Yeah, a lot more weight.
Great. Split.
Oh, great effort.
He's almost bullied it out of the way there at the end there when it fell over.
Still 1 to the Rockets. Danny Delaney to play the last of this third end. Can he make it 2? Sheldon Bagri-Howley very nearly stole a shot back for Gore. It doesn't change. So it's 1 and the Rawlite Rockets are on the board. 5-1 it is now to the Gore Rams after 3 ends of 5. First set.
The Lollipop man doing a great job.
Oh, it's a great addition this year. Certainly makes our job a bit easier. No longer a guessing game for us.
Well, especially as we were up the end there trying to look around the corner and see if there's someone up. How many fingers are they holding up?
Although we've got the expertise of Joe Edwards, and she's got much better eyes than us.
Very nice. But Joe's so good, she predicts the score before it's even bowled.
Geez, half the lies you tell, aren't you?
Oh, here we go. So they've shortened it a little bit, going for a still got the furthest mat, but mid-distance here and another.
Yeah, first time they've had control of the jack, so they've decided to change the
Try and
length.
put Claire off a little bit. She's hit the ground running on these ditch to ditch ends, so see if she can just bring that weight back a bit.
Janine Young making a good start. Now let's see what the reply is from Claire Hendra. Just going to come up a bit short. Just outside our virtual circles, you see on screen there. Janine Young. Playing at fourth end of 5, first set.
And we need to get that scoreboard sorted out there. It's got third end up there, but it's the fourth.
Yeah, the scoreboard
And
on
I
our
think that's what
virtual crowd here.
was the issue last night. Just for a split second they were playing the fourth end, and it did say the third, similar to this here. So you need to have a glance up at that and think, oh, it's only the third. Righto, 2 to play.
Yeah, well, it's up there now. It's updated,
yeah.
which is good. So hopefully we won't have that confusion at the end. Because you can see Gayling was definitely, I mean, she was getting ready for the next end.
Yeah,
and she played a shot that sort of flummoxed a few of us.
It did. Made sense though when they put the mat down ready to play another end, you know.
Pretty much jack level. There's Martin Dixon, just outside our virtual circle again. Should be enough for 2.
Enough for 2, I think.
Yeah, lollipop indicates 2. So the Rockets, well, if they do manage to hold the 2 here, it'll be very interesting to see what they do final end. If Danny Delaney's true to his word here.
Mind you, there'll only be 2 down going the last end. But again, you know, it's only you need a 1 for a draw.
Exactly, yeah. That's when it's really handy, isn't it?
There's 3 reasons to play it and 14 not to, you know.
If you can win the first set though, so much pressure must be taken off.
Yeah, but I think sometimes subconsciously that's a problem too.
Right.
Because the amount of times, like the stats yesterday about how many tie-break ends there are in games, you don't mean to do it, but for some reason, you know, you win the first set, you lose the second. It's like win or lose the first set, you just got to get that mindset, you've got to win the second.
Hang around a bit more, mate. Hang around. Hang around. Oh, up. That's the one, mate. Very good.
Shot.
Yeah, great promotion of one of the Claire Hendra bowls. Now it's 1 to the Gore Rams, so from Rockets holding 2. It's now Gore holding shot as the skips make their way to the mat. And I must say, Danny Delaney has got a bit more of a stride on because he's playing first.
And
10 seconds.
He looked at the clock as well, so I think he's pretty aware of it.
Gets to 4.
Oh, no problems
No
at all,
problem at all.
Cool character.
You got the 30 seconds, you might as well use them.
Yeah, too right.
I think he's done the business as well.
Oh, very unlucky there. Not to just sit on that shot bowl.
A little touch of that jack's all good for the orange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still open as well.
Yeah.
Unless Sheldon Bagri-Howley can close the door on Danny Delaney here.
Going to just run out of steam.
Yeah, it's no correction here, Danny.
Yeah, it does not need to do
Nah,
much
came
different
up
from
wrong.
his previous.
I
Doesn't
think
like
he
it out of the
clipped
hand
it.
though.
No, I think he clipped it along the side of his leg there. You could see it as soon as that came out, the bowl started wobbling. There was he must have just caught the side of his leg as he delivered it.
So now, not only a chance to steal in, but maybe make it 2 here for Sheldon Bagri-Howley.
Or is it one of those, I'll pretend I'm going to make it 2 and I'll just drop it short and keep it out of the way and do no harm.
Down.
Oh,
look at
good
that.
shot. Very good shot.
Great shot.
And that is 2. So
Right through the gap.
And
Gore Rams.
they're the bowls that are really big bowls, the ones that you add with your last bowl. You know, people talk about you win or you lose a game on the last bowl, where no, I missed draw and I had a yard to draw to make it 2 on the 7th end, and
Yeah.
you know, it's all those little bowls there that just are huge in the context of the game.
He's a promising young player.
He is.
Of
He
Sheldon,
is.
and,
He has been for a while.
Yeah.
And you know, he's in the squad now, so which means, you know, he's open to a bit more sports psych and things like that. So
Give a little.
you know, he is very promising. He's got 1 cap for New
All good.
Zealand,
Good starter.
number 113, I think.
Yeah, I think it rings
he
a bell, I
was.
think, yeah.
Played 1 game as a substitute
Injury
in the
replacement, wasn't he? Yep.
multi-nations
Yep.
tournament. So yeah, definitely want to be adding to that, I'd say.
Yeah, you never want to be one of those players who just plays the one time.
The Marty Berry of the bowling world.
Yeah.
Still there.
So, in control of this first set, the Gore Rams, 7-1, playing the 5th and final end. No power play has been called by the Rockets, a bit too far behind.
Yeah, I think
needing
it's a good
three
thing. You're
just to
needing
draw
a
the
3
first
for
set.
draw, and it's half your bowls counting. It's no, good idea.
Yeah, helps.
So really just playing for differential here.
And I mean, it's a big end. Like the set's gone, but it's a real big end to try and gain a bit of confidence going into the second set. And you know, just get your draw game going. It's so important in 2 bowl triples.
Take a hand close you can, mate.
Been a pretty decent contest so far. Certainly I don't think the scoreline really reflects how close it has been. Gorgeous in those moments.
Sheldon's played,
yeah.
you know, played a very big bowl down there, and adding another one. And you know, of course, Claire and Craig have certainly set it up for him. It's nothing. It's a lovely feeling when you cross over and you know, you may be 1 down, but you got 3 seconds. You got nothing, no fear. You know.
Up, up. Very good, mate.
Again in the area. Unfortunate just to promote that bowl, but as Joe mentioned, it's a good second.
And it's made it a bit easier too. You know, he's got a couple of options down through the blue, inside the blue. Makes the target a bit fatter.
See what Martin Dixon will come up with here.
Wouldn't change anything, mate. Land that bowl in.
Make it a second, I believe, just inside that previous bowler, Craig Merrilies. Lollipop only indicating 1, but Craig Merrilies will look to respond. I don't think he really liked that out of the hand. Narrow.
Again, the line possibly wasn't too bad with a yard of weight, you know, to get down under that blue.
I think you start stacking these up there in the middle there, and you never know at the end.
It's
Bit of a master blaster. I can see a snooker shot on those
good,
2 front
good confidence.
blue bowls.
Good confidence for the Rockets, you know, leading into this next end. You can certainly hit the next set running.
So now over to the skips in this 5th and final end. First set. Gore in control. 7-1 they lead. So the Rockets need to score from every bowl on this end just to draw the first set. We've seen a couple of 6s in BOWLS3FIVE history. But it's pretty rare, very difficult to come by, especially with the standard of this bowls here. Sheldon Bagri-Howley pretty much closing the door. Great bowl. Still 1 though, the Rockets holding. Martin Dixon liking it.
Oh,
Yeah, a bit of movement on the jack as well, making it even better for Royal Oak Rockets.
Same ball. Setting them.
Holding 2, says the Lollipops, maybe even a 3rd. Sheldon Bagri-Howley, this final bowl of this first set.
at the end of the day, whether you lose a set 12-0 or 7-6, you're still 1 down. You know, it's just getting that mentally your head right coming out this next set to say you're 0 all again.
Little touch it to there, you make 5.
Well, Martin Dixon says there's a chance to get 5 here. And that would be a real confidence booster going into the second set.
Short away, didn't he?
Dixon's interested.
To move the jack. Oh.
Oh, it's going to get in there and add another. Well, it's certainly 3. I think it could be even 4, perhaps. So they've taken out 2.
3.
And 3.
No,
I think they
Lollipop
want to
Man's
measure. Lollipop Man's walking, but I think the teams want to measure.
Oh,
I think they're just asking for a who takes the mat in the second set.
No, happy with the 3. So it's 7-4.
we don't argue with the Lollipop Man.
There's only 3 of them.
7-4. Gore Rams take the first set over the Royal Oak Rockets.
Play it different too. You're not just trying to play them, you're trying to.
We're going to go straight into the second set, are we? It looks like they're going to be straight back into action.
Maybe you can get down there.
There was the potential of the inside edge that you might have got out
Yeah.
one out.
Maybe didn't even look at it.
And straight back into it. Claire Hendra.
Yeah, well done here.
More of the same from Claire, looks like.
Yeah, very good.
And keeping a full length end as well. So ditch to ditch, just as Gore have liked it.
She's been laying down markers all day, hasn't she? And it's
She's led very well.
a major reason why they won that first set so comfortably.
Yeah, for sure. Jen, it just lightens the load down the track, you know, when you get someone leading like that.
Same ball, Claire.
So the Gore Rams with the control of the jack and the mat start the second set because they won the first set.
And the control of the production. I do believe we're meant to have a little break.
Yeah.
But doesn't matter.
Ah, look.
I can hold it in for another 5 minutes. Only teasing.
On the brakes. On the brakes. Up. Very good. Well done.
So we've still got 2 power plays
We do.
out there.
So we'll wait for those cards to be presented by Sheldon Baggery-Howley, the Gore skip, and Danny Delaney, the Royal Oak Rockets skip.
Go around there, mate. Yeah, get into this orange. Into there is really, really good.
Traditionally, most often power plays have been called late in the second set.
But how powerful would it be for Sheldon to have played theirs first end, get a 2, 4-0 up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bang.
Dictate the terms.
You
We
know,
won the
it's-
first set, now try and catch us.
A lot of people use it defensively.
Yeah,
Um,
Exactly.
But you've got to, knowing the feeling of yourself that if you lose it,
Craig,
then
well done, mate.
okay, it's now a game of bowls. You just got to,
yeah, exactly. All you've got to do is-
give yourself a chance to make the most out of your power play. I think we see a lot of times they play them, wait till the 5th end, and they don't know how it's going to pan out, but it's wasted. They don't need to.
Yeah, it's often it's just there as a safety mechanism, isn't
Exactly.
it? Yeah.
So
If I need it.
there are trains of thought saying,
Still the target there, mate.
why don't you use it as an attacking?
Last one, get to there.
Yeah, I think that's what Mark Noble talked about last year,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was
he
using
was-
it
he
more
was
as a
attack
strategy.
all the time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Rather than that
I wonder if he's
defensive.
an aggressive attacking chess player. I suppose it depends who he's playing.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to be aggressive and attacking if you're playing a game over 5 years.
All the way down now.
Like the
It'd take a lot out of you,
correspondence
wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
brilliant, mate. Very good.
Oh, it's been
Yeah,
great
good
work
shot.
off the front.
Two
by
good bowls by Craig there.
Holding 3, the Rams.
Yeah, all 3 of the Gore Rams side are contributing, so
Yeah,
it's making
played
it
well
tough.
as a triple
Bit of
right.
weight here from Vingle. I think he's going to go well wide to the right.
Under there.
Oh, it wasn't far away, and very unfortunate not to dislodge one of the Gore Rams bowls.
It's terrible that when you get a touch like that and it just wasn't enough to do anything really. Just rocked
So,
it a
if
little
he
bit on
gets
its
it a bit
axis and
fatter,
back.
he's onto the jack and
Yeah.
possibly in the ditch sitting beside it. So
Yeah, game small margins as bowls. Was not far away at all. Martin Dixon from really disrupting the head. But instead, it's Sheldon Baggery-Howley who's bowling his first, and he's holding 3. And Craig Merrilees and Claire Hendra like this too, urging this one on. And that will be a fourth.
Attack.
But a nice target. No, there are plenty to hit. Oh, it's come a cheeky little one.
Playing with more reaching weight by the looks of it rather than really attacking
Pick
weight.
the jack up and take it across to his back one there, maybe.
Giving it a chance.
Oh, just unlucky, just a bit wide.
Oh, he's drawn it.
I think he might have drawn the shot here. Very close
Jeez.
to. Oh,
It was a bit lazy at the end, wasn't it?
it's
Yeah,
really held up. Yeah, it looked like it was going to be tracking right to the
Yeah.
jack, didn't it, from our viewpoint? But held up, so now the Rams only holding 1. So Danny Delaney
Great
cutting it
bowl.
from 4 to 1.
Great bowl, Dan Delaney.
But he's certainly
Going searching for it, is he? Getting down underneath the head.
Try and get rid of the Danny Delaney bowl.
Oh,
Oh, that'll be 4, I believe. Oh, there's that orange bowl in the area. Not too
bit of
far
room,
away.
but
2,
drawn to an off-centre jack.
maybe oh, I can't work that angle. They're funny angles for me. There's
Yeah,
definitely
Lollipop
2
Man,
there.
I think, is going to be readying 4. Yeah.
You
so-
think 4?
Yeah, well,
Oh, I don't.
4 lollipops
have
went
you
up.
seen him prepping them?
We put them up. Wasn't just prepping.
Very good shot.
But the response from Danny Delaney is going to make them all
Again, it's
irrelevant.
just-
They're held
just
up again on
lazy,
that backhand
yeah.
side. So it might be, maybe just 1? Yeah, 1 to the Gore Rams. So Danny Delaney again cuts 4 to 1, as he did with his previous bowl.
2 very big bowls, you know, keeps them in the set. Drop a 4 in that first end.
Hard catching up from there.
Yeah, look, it's always a little bit of catch up, isn't it?
Especially with the Gore Rams in control of the mat, of course, which they remain in control of. So 1 they pick up on the opening end of 5 second set, 1-0. They lead the Royal Oak Rockets. Still no sign of power plays.
Looking from here, it's only one ball target. There's nothing.
Yeah, there wasn't a
Oh.
big lot to hit.
What's happened, Claire?
Missing shot ball and missing everything.
Rush.
Yeah,
Little rush.
Yeah, rare miss from Claire
Yeah.
Hendra. She's been pretty automatic on this
She's
length, isn't she?
she's
Ditch to
been
ditch.
pretty special lead in this.
And that one goes into the ditch.
This one looked as if when it first came out of the hand, it looked to have the similar pace. It was going to go to the ditch, but I think there's a little bit better weight on it now. It's
Danny
coming
Delaney
in.
likes it.
Coming in. Coming
Might
in.
be a touchy here.
And-
Oh, it is.
Good
Look at
shot.
that.
Yeah, great bowl. That one by Janine Young. So really taking advantage of the rare miss from Claire Hendra.
Eyes would have probably lit up there, Janine, wouldn't they? Oh, she's missed. Let's have a go. Got a free run to the jack.
Fair effort.
Yeah, a bit of an overcorrection there with the weight after going to the ditch previously. It wasn't a bad bowl.
Fair effort. It's
Sure.
not, I don't think I'd like that from my skill. Fair effort. Could do better.
Could do better.
It's like a D minus or something.
Disappointing.
wasn't it? Or a C minus.
It's more like a
maybe.
C, I
C
think, yeah,
minus.
solid
No, maybe
C.
a C minus.
Okay. Unfortunately, Janine Young well short
Down here, mate. Nice shot.
with her second. Been pretty consistent off the front, these two, so pretty rare to see a collection like that after the leads.
Yeah, but he's
Craig Merrily, who's warmed up to his work very nicely.
It's coming under.
Elliot's full time out.
Right. What's the kiss off
Might
the
get a
other
nice
one?
kiss off the other
Yeah.
Claire Hendra bowl. Finished just outside the virtual circle. Second end of 5, second set. Set that the Rockets must win if we're to go to a tiebreaker end.
Oh, Marty.
Cut that. It's taken a bit more grass down
All right,
here
mate. Got
tonight.
another one.
Is it just me?
No, I think you're right. Yeah, it's certainly.
Mind you, we didn't see too many
Ditch to ditch.
ditch
yeah,
to ditch
for
ones
sure.
last night, did we? So, and then maybe now we're finding out what happens.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I think that there is a few changes in the bowls being used too tonight.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think there's a few wider bias
Not bad
bowls
here,
being
mate.
used. So
Chill a bit more. Hurry. It's okay.
That ball's Jack high.
Gore,
See?
so far so good. Don't have a great record against the Rockets. They've only won one of their 4
Come on, Marty.
meetings.
It's interesting because last year we had that debate. I was debating with Mr. Nisbet and Miss Macbeth about the Jack High and jack level, and I'm a jack high person. If it's level with the thing, it's jack high.
It's Australian.
Yeah, so that maybe that's it. Maybe it's pin high in golf. So
Yeah, that's very much Australian. The jack high being pretty much a jack for next end.
The next end.
Oh, no, advanced payment is what we like, Mr.
Advanced
Delaney.
payment from Danny
Your
Delaney.
credit's good with us.
Brilliant for the Royal Oak Rocket skip. He's like, I don't want to have to come down here and give it to you.
No, he's just saving time, isn't he?
Exactly. Yeah. While he's passing by Joe Edwards, he's handed over the power play card. So
I hope he tells Sheldon.
that'd be quite good if they both play their power play. Just going to run
We've had
through.
it a couple of times, haven't we? We've had a couple of
Yeah,
times.
double power plays.
Yeah. They're the fun ones.
Exciting times, yeah.
Oh, you know, whoever scores
Someone's
going to get
gonna
double.
get
Yeah.
Someone's in the money.
Oh, is that spat out towards the blue bowl a bit? Unfortunate there where that ended up the jack. Yeah, Craig Merrilley's now believing that Gore Rams are holding shot, and as the lollipop man confirms as well, Merrilley's saying for Bagri Howley to try and get rid of the orange bowl nearby, make it 2.
Don't think that's going anywhere near it.
Looked a bit narrow, and as Sheldon Bagri Howley passes by, saying it's pretty average.
I don't know about the pretty, but it was, yeah, I agree with the second bet.
Bowls worth a few here.
Don't let it go, mate.
Well, he's trying to take the jack, or is he taking it?
Trying to get rid of that shot bowl.
Bowl or jack would have done.
So one more for the Gore Rams, and a power play is being called by the Royal Oak Rockets on the third end of 5 in this second set. So whatever the Rockets score, if they score, will be doubled, and they can get themselves right in control of this set if they manage to pick up a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, look, it's what you always want on the power play end, but as we all know, these 2 bowl triples, not too many big scoring ends.
Yeah.
Start ahead, clear. All the way back now.
It's very nice of you, Joe, to make Sheldon aware that it was the power play as well.
You know, look, probably not my job, is it, really?
Well, you've really taken charge of the power play cards, though.
Yeah, yeah, I have taken responsibility of it, and
It's up on the screen if you has a little look.
He doesn't have time to look at this big screen here, Miles. Too intently in the heat of the battle.
So it's distracting me now. I can smell. It must be cooking your dinner in the kitchen.
Oh,
so I can
yes.
smell it.
Yeah,
he
getting my...
pre-ordered his,
yeah.
Joe. He pre-ordered his.
It was very clever.
Yeah. Certainly Mr. Van Nistelrooy, they said. Anything for you.
Yeah, they look after you here at the Newland Bowling Club.
They do. They're great, actually.
Although the Sky crew, I think, had already got through the roast. The roast pork was already off the menu. So I hope that was enjoyed by everyone in the truck.
If there's an eating competition, don't compete against Sky television crews. They'll kill you. Cakes, roasts, anything.
Really?
Yeah. They're renowned for it. Well, they're stuck in vans and doing all stuff and upper gantries and everything. They need to store up loads of food because they don't know how long they're going to be up there. I must say I've been very impressed with the Gore Rams and with a relatively new lineup here. I mean, Craig played a couple of games last year, but I hadn't seen this is the first time I've seen Claire play, and I'm very impressed with her. But obviously, Joe, as you're saying,
she's been around quite a long time too. You know,
she must have started when she was 3 then.
Yeah, she's. I think she was close to going to the Delhi Games. She was in the squad back then, and then took some time out to have a wee boy. So, you know, he's come back in the last couple of years, really hit the ground running with getting results and that. So, yeah, good addition to the squad.
Yeah, made 2 national finals this year, so made the final of the Peers, which she lost, but then won the fours later in the year. So she pretty much demanded to be picked, really, with those kind of results.
Yeah.
Good grass again, as you pace. Hurry.
Sheldon Bagri Howley wanting us to hurry Knowing the weight wasn't quite right.
Matty, you can take a
Gotta
chance
go
on the
looking,
ball if you
gotta
like.
go looking for the blue bowl, I think. Make something happen here.
And it's Martin Dixon trying to get one of those blue bowls. Blue bowl that's closest to the jack, just past the head. I don't think he likes it. Had the right weight.
Yeah, pretty good weight. You know,
Wasn't
he
far away.
could have promoted it, either the two short bowls as well. Just that couldn't afford to be wide. You know,
Yeah.
there's times when you really need to look at where you need to miss if you're going to miss, and that was very much a.
They're a little bit slow on that clock stop there. I only started it when Sheldon was down there, and I thought it was when the bowl stopped moving.
Ooh.
So I think we need to, I don't know
shot clock-
who's in charge
shot
of it. Is
clock
it Alex?
police,
Is
eh?
it?
The shot clock operator.
Hey.
But slow on the uptake.
Either that or Sheldon slipped him a couple of quid. Or is this going to sneak round?
So Gore
coming
holding
round?
shot on the Rockets power
look at
play.
that.
And this could be his second here.
That's a fantastic
Oh,
shot.
great
That's
ball. Just
sneak
sneaking round
past.
those short bowls, isn't it?
Doesn't really leave Dan too much because it's the wide one's behind it, so there's no way that you can get both of them.
Or is there? No.
Watch and land.
Is it going to
gives him
kill
a bit
it?
more room though. Gives him a bit more room.
Still in play. Gore
So do you
holding
reckon it's
shot.
Just one.
Yeah, the lollipop indicating
Lollipop
just one.
I lost him in the crowd there for a minute.
Yeah, the blue
Well, not
background
him,
here.
but
It's like where's Wally, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the crowd.
A virtual crowd we have here at the Newland Bowling Club. It's been a selection of some of the crowd that has been here for the first couple of years of BOWLS3FIVE, particularly year one.
Righto, Dan, this is a very, very big bowl in the context of the set, I think.
And he can only really hope for a one, isn't it, to double to two.
Yeah. Or a toucher into the ditch would be perfect, but I don't think that's what he'd be going for. He'd bring the other one in.
Has he got too much on it? That's the
A little
only
bit
thing.
quick.
Sunk it.
Is it going to come back in the boundary? Oh, it's just going to hang out there and into the ditch.
Oh.
Unfortunate. So I believe it's one to Gore on the Royal Oak Rockets power play, and Gore
Thank you,
now
sir.
bringing
There you go.
their power play card over to Joe Edwards. So after taking a 3-0 lead after 3 ends of 5, second set, they now call their power play. So Gore in control and a chance to really seal this result and make it perfect start for BOWLS3FIVE Season 3.
Yeah, pretty much any score for
Yeah,
Gore.
exactly. It's all
Over.
over, really, isn't it?
Right,
Yeah. But anything for anything for the Royal
and,
Oak.
It's game
and
on.
the set's still open,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
So a huge end in the context of this entire match.
He wasn't that far away though. That it was one of those ones where it wondered whether it was going to go in or not, didn't it? And I don't know whether it had picked up the shot, but it was.
And often it
looked
seems when
reasonably
you're
close.
outside the boundary, it just hangs
Just
out there,
takes-
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a different line because obviously people are walking up and down the middle,
Yeah. and
so the
flatten it,
line of the
yeah.
bowl is different to outside the line of the rink. So, you know, it's really important when you are coming down. You've got, I think, 10 minutes to have a roll up here before each team, and just to start practicing to off-centre jacks, just to see,
Yeah.
you know, what your bowl does on the surface. And
Because the jack moves so much.
it does. I mean, you've got good players. You know, it should move a bit. You know.
Hold on. Very good.
Yeah, that's something you notice, Miles, when you watch international bowls. The jack never stays on the spot. And it always is moving
Apparently,
around.
I hear someone saying the Aussies move it all the time.
Well,
But
a
they're
lot of
particularly aggressive with the way they
and
play.
the Aussie greens allow it to happen.
Yeah.
They're a bit slower, so you know it's on quick greens you probably err on the wide
Oh,
side.
Janine.
Where on the slower greens you err on the tighter side.
Yeah, mate.
There's always that
Close the
room
shot,
for
only one down.
movement of the jack.
So Gore on their power play end, looking to really seal this result here. As Joe Miles mentioned, any score here really for Gore will seal it. But likewise for Royal Oak, if they can get on the board in the second set, and we'll be all going down to that fifth and final end.
Measure for shot,
So
mate.
this decide whether we're going to a tiebreaker or whether Gore winning straight.
Down the hill, Marty.
Oh, he's close. Little touch of the jack would be perfect. Oh,
It's just going to slide past and
Yep,
find a
that's
home
it.
alongside the
he's
others.
shot now.
But, yeah, picked the
Measured for
up.
shot before, but definitely one to orange.
Oh, what?
Do you know, was this the same as last year? I'm getting confused now there because when he was lining up there, I thought, why is he playing his forehand? I'd be going for the backhand, and I'm an amateur.
That's the one, mate. Very good.
But
Yeah,
played
he
his
has got
backhand.
an
looking a little
unusual
easier
setup.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm
Easy for
wondering
you,
whether it
Marty.
was Craig that was last year.
Yeah.
There was a couple of players last year that were confusing me like that. I was watching thinking, and then suddenly, I'm going to have another good close watch of him this time.
It's probably just to fool us, I think. Keep us guessing, Miles.
Oh, run and hold, Marty.
Tighter line here.
Oh, don't get it. Don't get it.
Oh, he's found a few gaps
Yeah, Martin Dixon.
down here.
Yeah,
I think he needs
very
bigger bowls.
unfortunate.
7.
It's like you've got them.
Yeah, Martin Dixon just saying he's got size 5 bowls, probably needs size 10. We got to get the target.
Well, this is going to
Unfortunate
be
there.
interesting now.
And it's over the skips now. And really, Danny Delaney's going to have to come up with something special. Because he simply has to win this end. Right, and kill that Gore power play.
Spin.
And continue the trend we've had so far in BOWLS3FIVE Season 3 of teams not winning on their power play. They're 0-4 at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Watching this one intently on his backhand side. No, he turns his back
Wide,
on
I
it.
think.
Yeah, halfway down he realised
Right.
it wasn't right.
It's probably more weight. He was a bit quick for the shot that he wanted, I think. And again, like last night, you know, any bowl down that backhand with a bit of weight, it's not reacting the same. So
Is this
Really
cover
make
one
it
around the
difficult
back
here.
or
For
no?
Danny
He's coming in trying
Delaney.
to bump. Oh, that's coming. Oh no, this could be bad. Oh, this could be bad.
Down. Oh dear.
Yeah, heard from Sheldon Bagriali. Oh dear. Yeah, you could call it. You see it a bit far out as well, Miles. That it wasn't going to be.
Yeah.
It was in danger.
I couldn't understand why he played that hand. I just.
I think he was trying to actually get to the back orange.
Well, that's.
for-
Well, I thought, yeah, maybe
for the
get out the
back of the jack,
yeah,
you know.
to protect it. But
Again,
it's,
hold and shot at this time of the set. You're not narrow.
No. So
Danny
it
nearly
should just be the
returned
one.
favour.
One to the Rockets. We'll see if they're happy with that. Yeah, just the one indicated by
Oh,
Martin Dixon. So again, a
3
power
needed.
play is killed.
Your choice.
Which one?
The Rockets on the board in this
Middle.
second set. 3-1 it is now after 4 ends of 5. And the Rockets in charge of the mat for the first time and the jack in this second set. They decide to have the mat all the way back and the jack midway point. Just like they did in the first set.
might have been a good opportunity to kind of radically change the length of the end. You know, Claire has been playing very, very well on the longer lengths, so
10, 5 and 5. Still there. Still miss that.
So what it means is the Rockets need 3. 2 won't do. Drawing the second set. Rams haven't won the first set. Will win the match.
Did you not play a player?
Rockets needing 3
play a player?
to force a tiebreaker
Oh,
in.
then.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why it hurt.
oh, that's why you're chasing. You're chasing. Yeah,
Danny
game's over.
Delaney there just
Very good.
realised
Well done,
that-
Claire. That's brilliant.
it was the power play of Gore. Didn't actually know until just then talking to Sheldon Bagriali.
Oh, they have changed it. Fine. I
Changed it
looked up
now.
there. They had fourth end of it. I'm getting confused now.
Middle.
I'm going to start writing it down.
Just listen to me. You know, why are you doubting me, Miles?
Handed
You
your
were
name.
confused last time.
Oh, come
It's not worth it now in case you do hang up. There's no prize for it here. Draw down there.
I was confused what they were doing.
It's quite fascinating the way that they were there, bar that shot from Sheldon. The game was
Game's over.
Mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, unless Danny, of course, pulls out some miracle shot in the end there, but it's now it's very much still alive.
And that's why Sheldon was disappointed. You know.
But having
Very
said
clear.
that, they still need a 3.
It is still going to be pretty tough. The way the Gore Rams are playing.
Down there, Marty.
Tough to get a 3, but
Give it a chance,
again,
mate.
it's like a bit of a second life for them. They didn't think they were going to be in it in the 5th end, and they are. So
It's been a very tight 4-second set, just singles on each of the 4 ends so far. And Royal Oak need a 3. This is in the area. It's going to sit on the shot bowl.
Go early to the team, mate.
Falls
Come on, yeah.
out.
Even if you just
I
split
think
the
still just favour the Gore
Gore,
Rams
yeah,
bowl.
just. Get a bit of cover around the back.
But they've got 2. Got second and third shot to Royal Oak.
A little bit of cover around the back, maybe.
Yeah, that's certainly what Sheldon has called for from Craig Merrilies. You see that the foot there on the green previously from Sheldon Bagri-Howley. That was pretty much where he wanted it. He's not far away, Craig Merrilies, from
If it gets re-spotted, it'll be
perfect. Yeah, if the end is killed. it'll be
weight's going to be crucial now with each shot you play. Just going to be looking at just inside the jack, looking to turn the blue bowl 3. Best scenarios sit for 3.
Area, buddy. Oh, come on. Oh, don't.
It's just
come on.
shorter weight.
Oh,
I mean, he's got the shot, and I mean, it's still a
it was
very, very good
replay of
shot.
the previous bowl, wasn't
Great
it?
shot,
Yeah.
but just not quite what they
Big touch
needed.
is good.
Yeah, because Danny Delaney knows that getting the shot's good, but he needs a bit more than that. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
but
got to work
again,
away
it's
to turn it into
another,
3.
you know, I think those 2 bowls are pretty much touching each other, so any movement on the front orange, the blue one's going to pop out. You play it with good weight, yours will hang around for 3. Because it's easy standing here, isn't it?
I've
Down there
already
with
won
2
the game.
feet. Jeez.
So as the skips make their way to the mat, it is the Rockets holding shot.
How do you try and manufacture something here, Joe, to try and pick up a 3? I mean,
Oh, it's a very nice shot for Dan Delaney. He's just looking at drawing inside the jack, probably with 2 feet. Like I say, those bowls are pretty close, so that blue one will pop out. It will probably rest on the back orange, but his one will count.
and so that'll give him a 3, and then you just
give
got to
him a
hope
3.
that Sheldon doesn't.
But he's a bit wide and he's got the jack.
He's got the jack, and it's going to go right off the blue bowl, and then it trails back. A bit of fortune there.
Well, a bit of
Yeah. Well, it was unlucky to
is
start with.
unfortunate a word?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if he's underneath the jack, he's played that perfect.
Again, not far away.
3 inches wide.
Merrilies urging this on. Claire Hendra likes it.
Oh,
No, like, yeah, it's gonna, when your opponent's playing like that, it makes it a
Yeah.
lot tougher, doesn't it?
Now what does Dan
I
Delaney
think
do here, Joe?
he's just drawing. He needs to sit the blue one back a fair way. I don't know, yeah. I'm never going to get 2 with that shot, but I can't see any other way of getting a 3.
Looks like Sheldon Bagri-Howley will bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got nothing.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
No
he can do too
danger.
much damage out there, can he?
So the Rockets hold 1. Final bowl of the match from Sheldon Bagri-Howley. He's going to run into the short bowls and promote one of the oranges, but it shouldn't change the outcome. No, it doesn't. So it's 1 to the Rockets in the 5th and final end, second set, and that's the end of the match. The Gore Rams winning in straight sets, 7-4, 3-2. They beat the Royal Oak Rockets in the opening game of night 2 of BOWLS3FIVE Season 3 here on Sky Sport Next and Sky Sport 9. And we'll look to chat with one of the Gore Rams as well.
Fair reflection, I think. 2-set win to the Gore Rams. They were all 3 of them played very well as a triple. So, yep, 2-0. I think that's a fair reflection.
Yeah, we're going to be joined by Sheldon Bagri-Howley very shortly, the skip of the Gore Rams, off to a very strong start here at the Newland Bowling Club on night 2 of BOWLS3FIVE. Congratulations, Sheldon. Must be very happy with a pretty thorough performance.
Yeah, no, I felt that we were quite consistent there. I think that first set we took off pretty hard, and then sort of, I don't know whether it was slowed down or whether they just got a wee bit closer in the second set, but just seemed to just be able to hold on. Until, well, it was looking like it was sewn up until I gave it away. But
yeah, what was your thought process? What were you aiming for in that
I was just trying to get round the side, but thought I'd sent it out there, and it sort of in the middle just took a dog leg, and this isn't going to be good. But got away with it.
I mean, the first year you had a fantastic season. Last year you struggled a little bit. I mean, how much determination within the side, and talking about we need to kick off with a flyer this year?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of that. So obviously we've had a wee shuffle in the team, and we found the weak link and sent him to the Vipers. Yeah. So no, we're very happy with the performance.
No, it was a great. It really was. We were just saying here,
all
three of you played exceedingly well.
And it's so cutthroat, isn't it, this year? You can't single round robin. You pretty much have to win and keep winning.
We've sort of narrowed it down that if everybody sort of maybe knocks each other around, you're going to have to win 5 games to guarantee anywhere, really. And that could be, everybody could end up on 5, and you could have 5 wins and still finish on that bottom 3. So it's going to be lethal.
I don't think anyone's going to go through unbeaten.
No.
You know,
no.
it's pretty big
if you
things
do,
here.
you're going good.
Yeah, we are going very good, yeah.
And an international now.
Yeah, managed to
congratulations.
fluke one in there. Thanks, Ellie.
Oh, that fluked it, mate. No, you've been progressing really well, and we wish you all the best for your international future. Joe reckons you've got a big one. So.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, Joe.
Sheldon Bagri-Howley, skipper of the Gore Rams, as we see some of the highlights from their impressive performance. And Sheldon is in control throughout. You can stay around if you want, Sheldon, to talk us through some of your celebrations and your performance from the 2-set win.
Yeah, I do tend to get a wee bit excited going by the pictures on there, but no, it was definitely it meant a lot to us, especially sort of having with Craig only played 1 game last year, and Claire being new, so it was sort of a big one just to sort of get into the rhythm and hopefully close out a few more, really.
Bit strange not having Ashley out there. I think she played every single game for the Gore Rams.
Yes, she has actually. So no, she'll be back next week, and with the old boy Tony Cockrell. So hopefully he doesn't get too nervous. So everybody at Buka will be watching him.
Do we have a chance of maybe having Claire and Ashley playing together?
Well, anything could happen really. We haven't sort of finalised our teams later on. We've sort of gone sort of the first 3 weeks sort of mixing around.
Who has the final say, Sheldon?
Me.
There you go. That's all right. Let's get in there.
He's honest.
Yeah. Well, it helps being selector, I suppose.
No, there's quite a few autocracies in BOWLS3FIVE. Don't worry about that.
Well, congratulations once again, Sheldon, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Sounds good. Cheers.
Sheldon Bagri-Howley, skip there of the Gore Rams after their straight sets victory, 7-4, 3-2 over the Royal Oak Rockets in the opening game of night 2 of BOWLS3FIVE Season 3. Coming up at 7 o'clock, our feature match of the day. It is the Stokes Valley Vipers taking on the Point Chevalier Pirates. Make sure you join us back then on Sky.